your project collecting dust? Is it just sitting there when you have so many ideas about what it could be? Well, I have that same problem, but shaping your habits can help you with that. I'm really excited about this video to share some stuff with you guys today. I read a book, Atomic Habits. Yes, I read a book.
Knowledge.
Alright, to be honest, I read about 3 chapters and then I listened to the audiobook, and at the time of this recording, I'm about halfway through my second listening of the audiobook because there's so many things that I missed the first time, and I'm honestly just like listening to it and taking notes on it again. But I wanted to take the things that I learned from this book and apply it to my project and maybe share sort of the Cliff Notes version of what I got out of it to hopefully help you guys with your projects. Let's get right into it. Atomic, meaning atoms, something really tiny.
Really tiny
Habits that can help change our perception and help change the way we react to our situation. So a lot of these things I'm going to be mentioning are going to seem like small steps, small things to do, but they actually lead to something a lot bigger. It's pretty much agreed among psychologists that most every habit involves these 4 elements. That's cue, crave, response, and reward. So the first one being cue. The thing you want to do with cue is to make it obvious. Now, I'm a huge coffee drinker, and this was something I was already doing with my projects, to just make a cup of coffee and only allow myself to drink it next to my car. When I'm sitting there drinking coffee next to my car, I can only look at it for so long before I want to do something about it. I'll start thinking about things I want to do to it. Anything that gets you out there, just chilling next to your project for a second to make it obvious, to make you look at it.
Oh, look at that.
Instead of it just being something that you're thinking about in your head. Now, the next one is crave, and this is kind of a fun one. What you want to do with your craving is make sure that it is attractive. It might sound silly, but making something look more attractive has a huge influence on our habits. So things that apply to this are cleaning your car. I used to be really bad at this, just letting my car stay dingy, but honestly, cleaning your car is so much more attractive to work on than looking at a car that's like dusty and dingy. And it's nice just to have it cleaned up, even if it's not running or working. Another thing is just cleaning the area that you work on your car. Now, some of you guys work on your car in your driveway, whether that means cleaning the area where you keep your tools, but put all of your tools back after a project. This is something that I definitely struggle with, just so you know that everything is in place. You don't have to spend 20 minutes like looking for the wrench that you used on a project like 3 projects ago. It's already where it should be. You know exactly where to find it, and that makes it a lot easier to get your project going. Maybe put up a flag if you want to have a little bit of decoration. Alright, so you have your coffee or beverage of choice, and you have your car cleaned up, your area is all put away. The next one is your response. And the thing I suggest for this may kind of sound like the opposite of the last one, but it's not. It's just getting the tools out that you need for that next project. Purposely thinking about what you're going to need for your next project. Now, you're not going to always know every tool that you're going to need for the next project, but you probably have an idea about what tools you're going to need to start with. If it requires taking a wheel off for the next project you're doing, maybe have the car set up with a jack right next to it, have the tools out already to take the wheel off so you're ready to go. And another big thing for this one is just getting the parts ready. We've all ran into the situation where we're halfway through doing something and we realize we need another part. Now, this isn't always going to be able to be avoided, but if you just spend 10 minutes maybe the day before planning, for example, if you're doing an oil change, maybe on your way home from work the day before, pick up the filter, pick up the oil. This way you don't have to get home the day that you're wanting to change your oil and having to go out to the store, pick everything up, and then come back home. It's just already there, laid out for you. A lot of these habits are just going to take a little bit of forethought, just preparing yourself so it makes it easier to start. Another thing you can do to keep your response consistent is working on your car at a specific time of day. Shout out to Pinky too. I saw on his story that he redid his entire firewall. He sanded it like perfectly. It looks amazing. I've shown that car on a few videos before, and he told me that he worked on his car every day, even if it was just an hour. Now, speaking of stories on social media, this brings me to the last step, and that is the reward. So what you want to do with the reward is simply just make it satisfying. Now, this could be a lot of different things. A few things that I thought of was maybe making a social media account and just documenting everything that you've done to your project so far. But you don't even have to have a social media. You could easily just make a folder on your phone and just post like 1 or 2 pictures of something that you did that day. because it's easy to forget how far our cars have come and how much we've done to them if we don't document the whole process. And once you have all 4 of these set in place, you may want to set goals for the car. You may want to take it to a meet, or you may even just want to have it running by a certain date, or just have things changed out within a set amount of time. Now personally, I've set dates and missed them. I was planning on going to VTech Tuning in San Diego. Hopefully I'll be able to hit up the next meet, but I never really regretted setting the goal because it at least encouraged me to get the work done on my car. Now, setting goals may be the least important according to the book I was talking about. When you already have your habits set with these 4 things, then you can start adding goals, and this helps towards your long-term success with your project. Alright guys, well that's it for this video. Let me know if any of this stuff helped you guys. Maybe comment down below where you're at with your projects and if you plan to implement any of these habits. Alright, I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a nice day.